Friday. What's next week? Spring break. All right. As Mrs. Badgley told us yesterday, next week is also Holy Week. Holy Week is the most important week of the year for all Christians. It starts off this Sunday. Sunday is Palm Sunday. We celebrate when Jesus triumphantly entered into Jerusalem. Today we all get the little palm leaves and you try to fold them into a cross or some other type of thing. You all know what I'm talking about. I never could figure out how to fold them into a cross. We got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, days that we can prepare for the Triduum. Holy Thursday. Holy Thursday is a day when we remember Christ instituted the sacrament of the Eucharist. It's also the day when we get to wash feet, just like Christ did in John's Gospel at the Last Supper. And we have Good Friday. It's a day when we remember Christ gave his life for us. He died on the cross. Good Friday is the only day of the year where we do not celebrate the sacrifice of the Mass. Good Friday is a day when we remember that Christ gave the ultimate sacrifice for us. And Holy Saturday, in the Easter Vigil, the 3 to 4 hour Mass, if you've ever been to it, it's a great day. You get to welcome adults who have gone through the RCIA process into the church. You get to see adults drenched in water. They get to be baptized, brought into full communion in the church, and confirmed on that day. And then the most important day of the year, Easter morning, when Christ conquered sin and death and rose from the grave. Easter morning, the most important day of the year. So today, I want to give you a glimpse of why this week is so important and what all of this means to us right here, right now, to each one of you. Because, yeah, it's spring break. You're going to be off on family vacations. You're going to be chasing animals around the fair. You're going to be doing lots of different things with your friends. But I urge you to take time and remember that it is Holy Week. You need to remember what Christ did for us this day. And then the whole week. Jesus has a message for us throughout the entire week. Jesus is looking at each of us right here, right now, and he's telling us that we're worth it. We mean something. God is looking down from heaven right now, at each one of you, as you sit here, right now, he's telling us that we're worth it. We are worth it. And he's telling us that he loves us. He came for us. Because we're worth it. Because he loves us more than we can imagine. He sent his only Son for us. Now I'm going to walk you through for a moment the passion. And we're going to look at it through a different perspective, one that you probably never thought about. Through the eyes of God the Father. I've stood up here and told you what Jesus went through, the physical pain he went through. But have you ever stopped to think of what God saw his Son going through that day? started in the Garden of Gethsemane. God the Father looked down at his Son and watched him make a choice. Jesus had the choice to either follow his Father's will or not. Because Jesus loves us more than we can imagine, he chose to follow his Father's will. So they took him before Pontius Pilate. And they accused him of everything vile. Of being a blasphemer. Of being a drunkard. They asked him, Jesus, why are you here? Why are you here, Jesus? Jesus didn't answer. You know why? Because each one of us here has that same question in our hearts. Each one of us here struggles. Each one of us in here has times when we don't believe. Each one of us want to know, is this real? Is this real? It's the same question I'm asking. Is this real? Is this week real? Is everything that happened to Jesus real? Here's the thing. Jesus keeps telling us he came for us. He came because he loves us more than we can imagine. So they took Jesus. They tied him to a pillar. And they scourged him. They whipped him. They beat him. You know what God the Father saw? God the Father saw his Son with his arms outstretched, covering you. Jesus was saying, don't come near. He is mine. She is mine. You will not hurt them. You will not hurt her. You will not hurt him. Do not come near. All those whips that he took were to protect each of us. He bore that pain for us. And God the Father had to watch that. And they put a beam on his back. You know what God the Father saw? He saw his Son drooping down to pick each and every one of us up. When we're too tired, when we struggle, when we don't want to go on any further, God the Father saw his Son droop down and pick us up and carry us up that hill. The weight of the world's sins were on his back for each and every one of us. And then the entire world watched the soldiers pierce his hands with nails. They watched his hands convulse in pain. But what did God the Father say? He saw his Son reaching out his hand to each and every one of us, saying, don't let go. Don't give up. You're almost home. Almost home. And the entire world, all of heaven, all of hell, they heard Jesus whisper one thing on that cross. Jesus whispered one thing on that cross. He whispered your name. He whispered your name. Everybody, close your eyes right now. Whisper your name. Do you believe that that is what Jesus was thinking about when he was dying on the cross? himself was your name, because he died on that cross for you. His last words. Again, all of heaven, all of earth. The last thing he uttered was, "It is finished." It is finished. And he breathed his last for each one of us. That is the truth that our church teaches. That when Jesus was dying on that cross, he was only thinking of you. That's why this week is so important. Jesus Christ was only thinking of you when he gave his life on that cross. Let's stand, please. God, our Father, help us to know that we are worth it. That this upcoming Holy Week is a chance for us to grow closer to you, to reach out to you. We are nothing without you, Lord. You came to save us, to show us what love truly is. You took our sinfulness upon yourself. You lifted us up when we were too weak. You reached out your hands for us. You whispered our name. Help us, Lord, during this upcoming Holy Week to spend time with you, to grow closer to you,